Let's show them we can rise from ash. Jade, lavender, and scarlet phoenix power. Together we will rise. They tried to burn us, we blow like a flower. They didn't know we had a phoenix's power. Phoenix power.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Jade Phoenix. We are back. We are here, and it's a solo kind of day because it's just me and Crimson. Hi.
How's it going?
What's going on?
Hello, hello.
How you
Nothing.
doing?
Just been busy. Just been busy.
I know. Both of us are just been crazy busy.
Yeah.
So, for me, I've spoken about how the Feinics Gate has a store, an actual physical brick and mortar store out in Hicksville, Long Island. You guys should come and visit us. What I don't think I've mentioned, and Crimson, correct me if I am wrong, that we do open TCG and tabletop gaming nights on Thursdays.
We do?
I do. We do. We run
Yes.
it. We run it out of the store. And I can't remember if I mentioned it in the last episode, but now I'm mentioning it here. We had our first week last week and it went amazing. We had such a great turnout. And that was with people who couldn't even make it because for some whatever crazy reason, traffic was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't wait.
Yeah, and we you should be having the next one. You said it was tomorrow, right?
No, it would have been yesterday.
Or would have been yesterday, correct? Because you said you said specifically only Thursdays.
Correct.
Okay.
Thursday night
about
game nights.
Yes. So talking about Magic, though, I have been I have been diving deep into the game a good bit to myself. So I've been having fun with the deck building aspect of it.
Yeah, I love that. And it's so perfect because at our game nights, we don't just focus on Magic, but it is a very big part of what we do. But we are also hosting Pokemon, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Lorcana, if that's your game. Right now, I know that our friend Patrick is running a Call of Cthulhu tabletop, which is pretty fun, I'm told. We're also going to be starting to do Warhammer over there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. And we also are going to be talking to a couple people about running their D&D as nights as there as well. And as always, because, we're hosting it, it's free to come in from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. or later if we choose to stick around. Shh, you don't know that. And the other thing is even if you've never played, we have pre-made decks that you can purchase when you come in. It is free to come and play. You can stay the entire time. Any level of skill is welcome. I'm trying to get, since Crimson is finally into the game with me, I've been we're trying to plot a way that poor Crimson can come out and join us, but unfortunately your schedule and the fact that you live in New Jersey kind of prevents that.
Yeah, no, yeah, I get out late. But I mean, I have been looking at other pods to
join?
participate in. Yeah. And then, around the Jersey area here, so
That's cool. What
eventually, if anything, if I end up just not finding a one that feels comfortable enough, I'm probably just gonna end up just making my own and just putting out flyers, honestly, at this point.
I mean, we could still do we can still do as our friends have stated, we can still do games over the internet using Spell Table.
Yeah.
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 Plus, you have
Um,
promised to teach me how to play Digimon
yes.
and Yu-Gi-Oh.
I'm at the point now with Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't even feel like it.
No, that's fair. But if I'm gonna be a proper game master, at Mid Island Collectibles for my game
Okay.
nights,
I'll run you I'll run you the info that you need to know.
cool. I appreciate it because there's one person I know I can rely on when it comes to TCG. It's you, Crimson.
Yeah, it's I think technically the only OG card game I had, well, until now, but the only TCG card game that I was never really like picked up on heavily was Magic since the beginning. If I did, I probably would have had a bigger fucking library than I do now.
I corrupted
Um,
you. I take full of responsibility for that.
but um, but yeah, like I don't know. With me, it's like with Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like a love and a big hate relationship.
Why?
Uh, it's Yu-Gi-Oh's not like how it used to be.
Neither is
There's a
Magic.
huge no, 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 no. See, Magic has different game modes of playing, right? I guess you could say you can call them like different game modes, different um. My goodness,
Modes of
there's a term
play.
for it. I'm blank. I guess you could call it, yeah, modes of play. Yu-Gi-Oh's there's only one. There's only one way.
That sounds boring.
And yes, granted, I know there are some places like, oh yeah, we run, classic, like yeah, but still, majority is how it's played now. Doesn't matter if it's tournament or not. Most people prefer to play the current meta. The thing is, when it comes to Magic, at least as far as I've seen, there is no one-turn kills.
No, not really. There used to be. There used to be.
Oh, but that's the thing. At least when it came to that, Magic kind of changed it up to fix that problem.
A little. I mean, it has definitely evolved from alpha when I started playing. I started playing Magic the Gathering way back in like 95, 96. So
Yeah.
I started playing, and that's known as alpha because that was
Yeah.
the first one came out in 94. In like, you know, I was a 10, 11-year-old kid. Don't do the fucking math so that you guys can figure out how old I am. Shut up. Um, and it was like this really cool card game with mystical shit, and I fucking loved it. Loved it. Um,
Yeah.
and it changed from back then. Like back then there's very clear fucking rules, but you were still able to kind of like get around and bend them a little bit, but not to the point where you just outright could make a violation. Then Magic gained in crazy popularity and more rules started to come as more sets started to come out. The universe expanded. And then I'm not going to lie to you, I did stop playing for a very long time. And in that very long time, they changed everything.
You
Yeah.
done goofed.
Yeah.
So what exactly did they change per se on it compared to before?
Well, first off, they introduced different style of gameplay. So from the way I used to play, your deck was 60 cards. 60 to 80 cards.
That's like a typical TCG deck, yeah.
So, they introduced this new thing called Commander, which I never knew how to play until I came back into the fold. And back then, when you were making your deck, there was no such thing as a commander who controlled your deck. You were the commander. You were the person that was like, doing all the stuff. They later on in the I want to say the early 2000s, they introduced something called planeswalkers, which was
Oh,
which was the early versions, I'm assuming, of what is now commander. Like the commander style. Like you could have a planeswalker that would help you control your battlefield. But you were still able to use the typical 60 to 80 card format deck, including your commander. But it was weird because your commander was still just another card. Your planeswalker was just another card to use on the fields, Like it didn't really stand out as much or dictate as much as the commander style does now. If that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah,
So you were allowed to have, if you had that, a certain card in your deck, you were allowed to have 4 of each of those in each deck. So, like,
yeah,
if you were running a black and white deck and you had 4 of a certain card, it was allowed.
yeah.
But that changed with the introduction of commander style. You now cannot have 4 cards in a deck. You can only have 1 of that type of card in a deck, and you have to have
Unless stated otherwise by the text.
yeah. And even then, it's still kind of like but unless stated otherwise, you are absolutely correct. Now, the other thing also is you have to make sure that you have 100 cards in your deck. Like that is
And that's including the commander as well.
that is including the commander. So technically you have a commander and 99
99.
cards to play with. Yes.
Yeah.
So that was how it changed. That was how it changed. And it's like at some point we all just said it's just cardboard, but then spent our rent money chasing a shiny dragon.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing. When it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh, it started off fun and simple. Um Now it's just completely evolved into something that is what it is today. Whoops. I'm over here knocking stuff over.
Oh no, you made a mess.
Is what it is. No, just drop the tool here. But
Ha!
it is what it is now today, which
You
is
done goofed.
a monstrosity of a game where you can chain a combo to the point where it could literally be the first turn. Like not at all like first turn and then it goes into the other player's turn and then that's it. Like no. First turn. And you know what makes it that way?
What?
It's the fact that unlike Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't really have a limit on how many cards you can play.
Really? So you could play like 1,000 cards?
You could play your entire whole deck.
Ew. No, but I'm saying like how many cards are allowed in a deck in Yu-Gi-Oh?
So if I recall correctly, I'm a total number. I believe, depending. I mean, I think the usual is like 40. I think 40 might be a little bit more, like 40, 60
Okay.
card deck.
Standard.
And then, yeah, the standard. But the thing is, there is only technically, unless stated in the text otherwise, because there are some cards that are just like you can only play this type of card once per turn,
Okay.
or you can only trigger this ability once per turn.
Okay.
That is probably the only limitations on cards themselves. Now, in terms of playing them, literally on a player's turn, the only real limit that there is normal summoning.
What?
You can only normal summon once per turn. But that's the thing. That doesn't put a limit on fusion summoning, ritual summoning,
Okay.
Xyz summoning,
Oh God.
Synchro summoning, Link summoning,
Okay.
and pendulums. Yeah, actually, pendulums are probably, but pendulums aren't really used as much. Uh, pendulums, it's like the way pendulums work is you put two different monster cards with different levels on each side, and then you can summon any number of monsters from your hand between those two levels.
Okay.
But that means you can literally summon a whole fucking board full of monsters in just one go.
Yikes.
But to be fair, honestly, if we really want to get into it, you don't really need pendulums to fill your whole fucking board, because there are a lot of fucking cards in between XZ summoning, fusions and all that you can literally have a fully stacked board. And heck, you can definitely kill off your opponent before they even get a chance to draw.
Emotional damage.
So here's my question to you, because like you're saying all these things, and I, a person who has never played Yu-Gi-Oh before, doesn't really understand what you mean.
Yeah. So it's there's different types. So when I'm describing all this stuff, there's different types of summoning. Now, obviously, in Magic, you have the typical, okay, I pay this much mana to summon this creature.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the only thing when it comes to that is that the only limit to your summoning is your mana pool,
Okay.
which is how much mana you have on your board.
Same in Magic.
Okay.
Same in Magic.
No. That's what I'm saying. That's Magic.
Right.
That's for Magic. I'm not saying that's how Yu-Gi-Oh is. With Yu-Gi-Oh, there is no currency for playing cards. So you can play as many cards as you like. You can play as many spells as you like. You can set as many trap cards as you like.
Oh God.
So long as it's not over the slots on your field. Now with Magic, there's no real limit to the amount of cards you can play.
No, I've
besides what
seen people who literally have like so many cards on their field simply because they just have the ability to create tokens and creatures and and summon all sorts of shit. Like it's
yeah,
redonkulous.
yeah. So when it comes to that, that's there's no limit to the amount of cards that you can have on your side of the field. With Yu-Gi-Oh, there is that limitation
Mm.
where you can have 5 monsters and 5 cards for a 5 card set field for your spells and traps. Now that's the thing, that doesn't stop from one turn kills.
Oh
The
God.
one turn kills still happen a lot, especially within tournaments. Now, is that to say that it's always going to happen in every game? No. But it happens more than it should. It
Right.
happens more than it should, and that's why a lot of people nowadays, they're at the point now where they are, where either you're a new or old player coming in, and you just see the current state of the game,
Yeah.
and it's literally played like it's either meta or nothing. Like that's the only way you can have fun. Which it's just so annoying.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Like, don't get me wrong. I am still learning, relearning, I should say, because a lot of things have changed since I was playing back in like, you know, high school and college and shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
I can guarantee you that I probably, before I picked up Magic, and I would say that I started picking up Magic again, oof, last year? I want to say last year.
Yeah.
Is when I started to like get back into it. Um, I would say that personally, it was hard for me to sit there and like just because I was very rusty and I had forgotten a lot of like how to play, what to do, and all sorts of stuff. Like I needed a crash course on just how to play again because at that point I probably hadn't picked up a
Yeah.
deck for like 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Like I'm positive I hadn't like even going and looking at my old stuff, I'm sitting there going, what is this? I don't remember doing that. Like I did not remember how to use my decks. And I knew that I had some pretty lethal decks from back in the day. But now I'm being told that these decks are not good and I would have to deconstruct them. And I was just like, okay, but here's the problem. If I deconstruct these decks that have been sitting this way for about 15 to 20 years, I'm not going to remember how to put them back together. So,
I mean,
yeah.
would it matter if they're going to have to be changed anyway?
It would matter because what if I want to play Classic? I don't have to play Commander with
Okay.
Magic. You can play Classic style.
No, I know. You could. You could. I mean, that's really up to you.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I have nothing against Commander. I actually find it's a little bit more challenging in deck building, which I like, believe it or not, because it's like the old way of playing the deck. Yes, you definitely had to put some planning into it and how to make the deck roll and all sorts of shit. Yes, you had to do that. And you had to balance out just enough mana to make everything in your deck work, which took away valuable spaces sometimes if you were trying to do big shit. You know?
There's already sort of a template now for that when it comes to creating decks for that.
Agreed. There is, which is nice because this Magic, I feel, has become more mainstream. And because it got into the limelight, because like a lot of games getting into the limelight, they simplified it while still making it even exponential, so much harder. Just like extreme, like unnecessarily so much harder, but at the same time saying, oh, we dumbed it down. No, you fucking didn't.
Yeah.
No, you fucking didn't. You lie.
No.
You lie.
She wasn't ready.
I wasn't.
She wasn't
was not.
ready.
Yeah.
So I got thrown into my first Commander playthrough, Magfest of this year.
Yep, I remember. I remember.
Yeah. And I think, you know, and that I hate to say it was just like, oh, the spark is back. And all I could think of is I want to play Magic. I want to play Magic. I want to do I just want to play my card game. I just want to play my game.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful and happy that you, Crimson, have decided to play because between you and me, we could go for days just playing this game.
Yeah.
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 You know, I mean, I played you for the first time with your deck, and it wasn't even like just to see how your deck would roll. And it was a pre-con, correct? Like one that you hadn't really tweaked much?
I never tweaked it at all. I literally just took it out the box and started playing.
Right, which is
I
something that
used the
never would have
Mothman
happened back in
deck.
the day.
Yeah, well, it really depends. Not all precons were this good. Mothman, that precon, yeah.
So,
That one I got on a very sweet deal
yeah,
as well with the other Fallout precons that I got.
yeah.
Essentially, I only paid $50 for it. Because for the full set of
Really?
four, I only paid 200.
Wow, that's not bad.
Now, mind you, that deck for Mothman is now selling for like $130.
That's crazy. That's the
Yep,
that's
and I was
that's crazy. Like this is what brings me to another point that I would like to discuss with you.
yeah.
And that is the fact that is this an investment or is it I just like shiny things?
It really comes down to the rarity of cards. Honestly, for me, I would say. Trying to think. I would say that would kind of fall within That would kind of fall within the means of like both,
Both.
because you for two reasons. One,
Okay.
the cards are obviously nice. They look really nice.
They are pretty.
Right.
They are beautiful cards.
They are very gorgeous looking. The art's really nice. As a person who actually enjoys artwork on cards a lot,
Mm.
Magic is definitely up there for me in
Yeah.
terms of artwork.
Oh yeah.
You could tell they put in the artists, they put in a lot of love and care into the art pieces that they do make. Not much that I can say for older Magic cards, but
Oh no, they're beautiful too.
aside,
They're beautiful too.
I've seen a couple that, I mean, listen, I'm still gonna run the card in my deck either way, but like I kind of don't like what it,
I will hear no
Listen.
slander. I will hear no slander.
all the slander.
I will hear no slander against those cards. Those were deliberately made that way because they were supposed to be ridiculous.
Listen.
You listen.
When it comes to how those cards look, they looked a little bit too crazy. And by crazy, I'm not saying like, oh, it's like the art, like the what you're looking at is crazy. Like, no. Just the art style that they decided to go with was just bad. I'm just gonna say how it was bad.
You're so mean.
Listen, I'm just saying. Some guys, listen, not all cards. I'm not saying all cards. I'm not saying all. Some of the cards from from those sets still too, they still look really nice.
Yeah.
There's just some that questionable. Because I've seen a couple of the counterspell cards that I've gotten also in one of my bulk orders that I bought.
Yeah.
And it's like a poorly drawn dude. And like he looks like he was drawn by like a 3-year-old.
Some of those cards are meant to look like that. They did that on purpose.
But why though?
Because it's funny. And you have those people out there that enjoy putting cards that look like that in their decks.
Well, I guess, but
You are so hoity-toity.
Out the window.
Listen. I for me, I just enjoy. If you're gonna be, let me just say this: if you're gonna be spending money on cardboard, at least they gotta look good.
So here's my question. Here's a question. I have a question for you.
I might have an answer. Go ahead.
Smart ass. But I was going to say, would you say that you find it more would you say that you're more someone that's going to be buying single cards, or do you have a pack addiction? Me? I have an addiction. I get so much serotonin from opening up packs. It is ridiculous. I sometimes, like, prime example, Strixhaven, Secrets of Strixhaven is dropping very soon. It's the latest series that is coming out in Magic, and it's supposed to have some of the best cards that have come out in a long time, at least for gameplay. And for me, I enjoy opening packs. Like that is my thing. I love it. So of course, I managed to get my hands on two draft boxes, and I've done nothing for the last several hours since I came home from my store but open up packs. So I make no excuses for my pack addiction. But I know you, besides buying your precons, you've gone out of your way to purchase singles. Which do you prefer?
Both. But for me, there is one thing when it comes to sealed that I buy.
Okay.
If I buy a booster box, that's the only one I'm buying.
You don't buy more than one?
Nope.
Why?
Because when it comes to, and this is for me because of bulk.
Yeah.
Okay, I do not need to, because it's more looking at it from a financial standpoint. If I'm only buying a box to pull the next rare card, and that's it.
The
And mind you, it's not
scalpers.
like these. Not just no, not even because of that. Um, um, and I have all the bulk cards the standard cards. I have every single one of the standard cards that are just not like ultra rares or whatever, or epics
Right.
or mythic. Um, and I have everything else.
Okay.
That's like very generic that comes with the box, right?
That's fair.
Financially, because each booster box is at least 110 to, depending if it's brand new, it's even more, to 130, 140,
Right.
right? So my first box, I'm already dropping that, but I'm kind of making my money back.
Only if you get good hits,
Well,
though.
no. Because you're making your money, you're getting your money's worth. Why? Not just because of the hits, but also how many cards are you getting here
Well,
overall?
if there's 15 cards in a booster pack and a booster box has like 30 of those,
Yeah, so you're getting about like what?
whatever 30 times 15
There,
is,
350 cards?
something like that in a booster box. Yeah.
Yeah, in a booster box.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I've just went through the bulk of just bulk cards that I've purchased.
Oh God.
Okay,
I'm afraid
and
of this. I'm afraid of this.
That's rough, buddy.
mind you, I only spent like $40 on these bulk boxes. I bought 2 of them, so I spent $80. I got around like $250 worth of bulk just alone
For $80.
from these little, for $80. Now imagine that when it comes to fucking, you know, granted, yeah, it's like, oh, but these bulk boxes are gonna have a lot more. Oh, of course. I'm not denying that. But again, these are newer cards,
Right.
not older.
No. The older you get, the
So
more you go back in time to the older sets, the more money they can be worth, honestly, because like they're hard to come by now. They're out of print. You can't, people that
yeah,
have them
but when it
aren't
comes
selling
to bulk
them.
cards, yeah, but the thing is, when it comes to these bulk cards, they're not going to be worth more. You'll be lucky you get 1 or 2 or 3 that's worth at least $1
Yeah.
in these bulk sets. But the thing is, just because they're cheap doesn't mean they're not usable. They are highly usable.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just they're just so vasted amounts of them have been printed that it's not worth it, in the sense of like, it's not worth anything.
No, it's not. And
It doesn't
also
really have
like
any worth. It's not like
it also depends on how the card itself is used. Like, because
that too.
let's call a spade here. They print out some great cards, and then they print out some real crappy ones where it's like, why? Why did you print this? This is trash. I can't use this in a deck.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna do.
Now,
I can say with full confidence, the Spider-Man deck, the Spider-Man fucking release, where was like their first attempt at Universes Beyond. And it was the decks themselves, the precons, the cards, the boosters, every single bit of that release, fucking trash.
yeah.
Did not work at all. And
Now,
I'll stand by that.
yeah.
Babies!
But when it comes to just in general, like validating my reasoning for 1 booster box and that's it. Even if you get like something, you're gonna get still close to around $100 total by 30 cents here, 20 cents here, 50, 60 cents here. oh, $1 here, $1 there. And then you get your hits, right? You get your like at least like 2, 3 hits, maybe depending on certain boxes. So altogether, you're kind of making your money's worth.
Yes, altogether.
But
But either
now
then what do you do with all these cards that you're never going to use?
you never know.
True.
It's true. It's true. Oh, when are you gonna use it? I don't know. Listen, there are cards now people didn't even think about until they come out with another card or another set where it's just like, holy fuck, there's a use for this card now.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen way too many fucking times, and then cards that were 30 cents now go up to like $5 to $6.
I know. I've had that happen where cards that I've had, because remember, I've been playing forever, I still have
Yeah.
a fuck ton of cards. Most of my cards, when I stopped collecting, are from like 10, 15, 20 years ago. I have and like, we're not counting the newer sets that just came out recently. So I would say, for me, the biggest drop beside, like, because again, I say Spider-Man is trash, and I only bought one box of that, and I was like, nah, I'm not buying another box of this. Like, period. No. I bought a bundle box of it. Fucking hated it. I was like, nah, I'm never buying another box of this. So they also came out with the Avatar set as well, and those apparently are really, really good. So I went out and I bought some. Yeah, those cards, fucking phenomenal. The Final Fantasy is my favorite drop to date right now. Those cards, oh, they're so good. They're so good. Like,
Oh yeah.
Final
I
Fantasy
already
and
have a
Lorwyn.
specific one.
Final
Yeah.
Fantasy and
Final
Lorwyn
Fantasy.
Eclipsed. That was the best drops to date.
Final Fantasy, I already have my deck planned out for that one.
Yeah. And then
So
the other, like, that's why, like, Strixhaven I'm so excited about, because they are already promising cards in there that are gonna just be so beautiful, or like also reprints of older cards that haven't been around for a while. Like, Strixhaven is going to be one of the better drops, I believe, and we're already gearing up. After Strixhaven drops, within a month and a half, 2 months, we get another huge drop from Magic, and that's the Marvel series that's coming out.
yeah.
So it's like, again, it comes down to want, need, and just, am I getting this because I have an addiction to opening up packs? Yes. Or do I actually want to use this set? Or am I just getting it because I like collecting? And I am noticing that because of this, and this is not just for Magic. This pertains to every single one of the TCG games that is out there. The collectors and scalpers are redonkulous.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Prime example, Pokemon.
Yeah.
Holy shit. If you've been living under a rock, Pokemon's been around as a card game since what, 1995?
Yeah.
So
It came out actually I don't know if the TCG came out in 1995. The game, yes. The TCG I think was around 1990. Let's see here. I want to say I need to double check here. Hold on.
yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Actually, hold on. I could tell you. Hold on. My keyboard's set up this way. Hold on.
Oh no.
Look, my keycaps.
1996.
So yes, so it was after the game was released, so
Right.
1996. Because I know this because one, I have the cartridges, but two, my keyboard caps are actually set up as the Pokemon games, and they're all in order by date.
No. I'm talking about the trading card game. That came out October 20th in Japan in 1996. But it didn't come over into America until January of 1999.
That's what I'm telling you.
Is that what you're
'Cause
telling me?
they came out with the digital card game of
They
it.
are mega God.
That's around the time that they came out with the digital card game.
Right. So,
Yeah.
Pokemon, like, I never knew. Now, Pokemon's been around, obviously, we're talking now 30 years. We're talking 30 years that Pokemon, the card game, the game itself has been around, right?
Yes.
So, I do not remember the way people would go insane for the card game, the way that they're going insane for the card game now. Like, people are
was
fighting.
not as it's not as popular as it used to be
Not unless you're a scalper.
because the craze I'm sorry, it wasn't as crazy as it used sorry. It wasn't as crazy as it was now. There was a whole thing where it's like, oh my god, like everybody Pokemon, but it wasn't to the extent like you were saying, like with the way that scalpers are. It's the scalpers are definitely
Ridiculous.
yeah,
Ridiculous.
they're not helping. They're really not helping with this. So when it comes to, anything related to scalpers and this and that and all that, it definitely ruined the
Experience.
experience. But you know what it is? I also blame the people themselves
Yeah.
because they turned a card game into a collection seeking thing rather than playing the actual game.
Well, I
Because
mean,
that's the thing.
Pokemon is one of the few games that successfully lives in 3 worlds at once, though. It's the collector game, the casual game, and it's competitive.
No, so what I'm talking about is just strictly the card game here.
Mm.
So when it comes to the card game, people made it into what it is now. It wasn't anything to do with, with Nintendo or Game Freak or no. It's because, and actually, I can also blame one other person too.
What's that?
That guy who owns all the fucking Charizards.
Oh, him. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I think when he ended up fucking on the TV show of Pawn Stars and all
Yeah, and he
that,
brought out that
that
yeah. Mm-hmm.
that huge fucking collection of Charizards, which fucking again blew everybody's fucking mind,
Yeah.
and then it just it just exposed the collective aspect, and I wouldn't say collective, but in a sense of like, oh, collect and play. No, just collect. Now it turned it into a whole fucking thing
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, we're going to collect these cards and, turn a profit
Yeah.
on them. And that's what it's turning into. Now, honestly, it's at the point that it is now where Pokemon's turning into a fucking currency now at this point.
Yeah.
Burn it down!
It's true. It's true.
Rather than a fucking card game.
No, it's
like it should have been.
No, it's absolutely true. But like what makes me laugh about a lot of this stuff is most people don't realize that without Magic the Gathering, which started, and I double checked myself. Magic
It
the
was before,
Gathering
yeah.
came out in 1993. This is the OG. Magic the Gathering is literally the one that started every single modern format of TCG that we have now. You
Not
wouldn't.
true.
No, it is true. It literally invented the modern trading card game format. Without this, none of the others
Trading
would
card game.
exist.
Okay. Trading card. I thought you meant card game. Never mind.
No, sir.
Because
Don't
I
put-
would have been like, okay, first off, solitaire.
First off, let me finish what I'm saying, Crimson.
Nah, I'm good.
Because I was gonna say no.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure I heard that TCG in there.
Sir,
But that's all right.
Sir, you know what? Just thank Richard Garfield because he's the one that created Magic the Gathering. So thank you, Richard Garfield for literally creating everything that we are 33 years later. Everything. Like, Pokemon came next, obviously. Pokemon was the second card game, TCG card game to hit this, the streets, I guess. And that was signifying now global, because Magic was mostly like here in the States. But then Pokemon was in Japan, and then it came over here. And honestly, it was just like Pokemon created TCG games to become like this cultural explosion. Like, you just, woof, woof. So, I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! Followed, it actually came out at the same time as the American drop of Pokemon. So, like, I think that's why a lot of people sit there and say that Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon were always at odds. Like, you either played one or you played the other.
I could tell you right now, Yu-Gi-Oh! Dominated it. Yu-Gi-Oh! Dominated it.
Did it?
Because that's the thing. Think of it like this. How many Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game digital games are there compared to Pokemon digital card games?
No. I don't know.
As much as I know, because I know my history when it comes to the card game, and that's because I have 2 of the games. One of them was not even released here in the US. It was only released in Japan. It never even got its Japan release.
That's crazy. That's
So,
crazy.
and by the way, when did you say the Pokemon card game was released?
So let's rewind here then. Let's rewind. 1993, Magic drops and basically invents the entire genre. Pokemon kicks the door in 1996 in Japan and 1999 here in the States. And then they go, this is for everybody. Yu-Gi-Oh! Shows up in 1999 and just chooses straight violence. Just chooses straight violence. And is like, fuck you. And then now here we are in 2026, and you got One Piece and Lorcana proving that TCGs are still evolving. They're still able to do it. And that's not counting all the countless other like minor card games that are out there. Like, you have Dan right now. You have so many other like smaller games that involve cards and card trading and all sorts of other things that, like, I'm just talking about the big bads, like the OGs and the big overreaching ones that everybody
OGs,
yeah.
Those OGs are the same ones that are probably going to be the only ones to stay.
Agreed. I mean, thinking about it, like, these are the ones that did the
keep it a
test of
buck.
time.
Oh yeah, I'm going to keep it a buck. And this is not me putting down anybody who plays these card games, but enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, because there's no guarantee that it's going to continue. Because listen, and this is coming from experience.
Is it?
Okay, this is not just me talking on my ass saying this. Digimon has tried so many different iterations of their card game, and they just can never get it right. Now they have it right. Now, is it Yu-Gi-Oh! Tier? Absolutely not. Is it Pokemon? In the collectible sense, no. In the playing sense, honestly, I see it more than I do Pokemon.
Digimon?
Yes.
That's funny, considering
Played.
at Mid-Island Collectibles, I don't see a single one of my fellow vendors in there that have Digimon. I see Pokemon, One Piece, Lorcana. I'm not sitting here saying that they may not have it. Rift Hold is another one that I'm told is getting very popular. I've never seen anybody posting up Digimon stuff.
You want to know why? Because it's not for money.
Oh.
Again, it's money.
It's all about the mighty, mighty dollar.
That's literally it. Because, not saying that Digimon cards are completely worthless. Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because the thing is, right now, when it comes to Digimon, the card game, it's the card's value comes down to a few different factors.
Okay.
it comes down to meta. Meta is always going to be a big thing.
Right.
That's always going to change the price of a card no matter what.
Of course.
Like I've seen it when it comes to the Digimon card game, a non-hollow, rare, common to rare card, you can see being sold for like $7. Which for a single card, it's like, oh, $7, but we're talking about common to rare. That's a lot for a common to rare card.
Yeah.
And that was, I remember vividly what card it was. It was a fucking Vmon card. It wasn't like a special promo or nothing. No, it's just it was a standard. It was because of its abilities. So that alone, you could already see, and that price was like that for a hot minute.
Okay.
Because that card's ability was being used through a lot of different decks.
God damn!
Then you have rarity, which obviously, again, this all sounds like stuff with other TCGs and all that, but yeah. But the thing is, when it comes to that, rarity only holds up when it comes to Digimon for so long.
And then what?
And then the price goes down because not a lot of people are chasing after it.
Right. Okay. So that
because either they got their copies and then it's not really talked about. Not saying it gets ignored. Its prices, you'll still see cards that are like 20, 30, and then you have those like really expensive ones that are like $100, $200, and those are the chaser cards, which are the secret rares. The Omnimon the Omnimon white, I keep forgetting the exact name, but it's for what set, but there was a Omnimon card that at its time of release, it was a secret rare card. It was all white with blue and red accents.
Okay.
That card was going for $10,000.
What?
10,000.
Jesus. I mean,
and the price. Yeah.
I'm not even gonna say shit, considering there is a Magic card that sold for like $1 million.
Yeah, the only ring or something like that, right?
The One Ring, completely borderless Magic the Gathering card, and I believe that is now owned by
Post Malone.
Yeah, there you go. Because Post Malone plays.
Yeah.
It's so crazy how many like bands and actors actually play Magic the Gathering, but we can always get into that in another episode.
Oh yeah. So the Omnimon card was $10,000. Like it was so hard to fucking pull. Like it was bad.
That's
now the
insane.
price has plummeted. Now, I mean, the last time I checked, and this was after a while too, afterwards. So we want to say like maybe like 2 years or something like that. I'm guessing more people kept trying to pull it. More people started pulling it. So the prices on it started going down. It started leveling out a little bit more. And I want to say about 2 years ago when I checked, it was at $1,000.
Jesus, that's still a lot of money for a single card.
God damn!
I'm not denying that, but if we do want to do comparisons, even if it is an extremely rare card, it warrants its price now.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
The rarity, like, because we're not just talking about like, oh, it's like you could buy like a case and something like that and you'll pull it. No. It was not a guarantee if you bought a case of the fucking boxes that you would get one.
Right.
That just goes to show how rare it was.
Yeah.
Now is it the One Ring type of rare? No, fuck no. But yeah, so and that's the thing. And then over time, the prices level out.
Yeah.
And you'll start seeing things go lower and lower and lower. And then on top of that, alternate arts. Those are those are like the cards which a lot of people obviously they'll see it on all card games nowadays, but I think it was more at the start. It started becoming more of a thing. You didn't really see it a whole lot back in like 2020
Yeah.
because back in like 2020 to 2021, that's when the Digimon card game started, and they started at the gate with alternate arts. Now obviously other card games have their extremely like beautiful artwork and this and that and yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
But most people didn't incorporate having an alternate version of a standard card,
Right.
which that would obviously make the alternate version obviously worth more, right? Because it's a lot harder to find.
So here's my thing. Because we could keep going on about this for hours at a time. But honestly, when it comes down to it, I'm actually very glad to have gotten back into playing this game because it really does. On top of like, yes, is it literally burning away money? Yes, but it brings me a small modicum of joy that I'm not getting in this insane world, and I think you could say the same thing. Plus, plus, honestly, it's helping me to reconnect with a lot of my friends that I used to play, and that it's giving us some nice nostalgia feels on top of everything else. And honestly, I think at the end of the day, it's not about the cards; it's about the stories that I'm building with them and the friends I might accidentally destroy along the way.
Yeah.
So like for me, plus like honestly, there are worse things that I could spend my money on. Okay?
Yeah.
Like I could be addicted to crack. I could be addicted to cocaine. No, I'm addicted to cardboard. The other C. All right. What about you? Like, I know you. I've known you for a while now. I know how many cards you sit on. Okay? So, like, for
Listen, when
you,
it comes to Pokemon cards, I sit on a good few gems. Especially some of the older ones. I at least have a few cards that are in and of themselves alone worth at least $1,000 easily. And honestly, probably the only thing I need to do is just dehumidify them because they're obviously doing that typical thing where the hollows are starting to curl. Which again, that's a simple fix. I even learned a new method for that, and it works fantastic.
I think that we should revisit how to care for your cards in another episode.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that's not really a whole lot. I don't think we need to do a super long conversation on that. I mean, I'll even, you know what? I'll even plug this in for those people who actually play the card game and they struggle with this shit. They're called Bovita packets. They're essentially, you can buy like a 10-pack. They essentially work as both a dehumidifier and a rehumidifier. So if you have cards that are too dry, they also help with adding some humidity to them.
Ooh.
They consistently keep a humidity percentage that is perfect for the paper of the card itself. Especially if they're hollow. If they're not hollow, I don't know why they're curling. I can't really solve that problem for you, bro. But but at least for the hollows, you can use these little packets, put it in a little container for at least maybe 24 hours, and then you should be good.
Sounds like a plan. Any other closing thoughts, Crimson?
I guess if you're getting into any sort of TCG or any of the kind, this might sound, some people are gonna be like, when I say this, but just make sure if you're gonna be spending money on this stuff is meant to be a hobby, not your life. Be a little bit responsible before you spend money, And if you're looking into wanting to get into a card game, again, make sure all your other priorities are taken care of first before, investing your money into card games.
Valid.
Or anything for that matter.
Valid.
Or anything for that matter.
Agreed.
So
Agreed. Now, my closing thing is just going to be once again plugging Mid-Island Collectibles at the Broadway Mall in Hicksville. Every Thursday, open TCG, open tabletop gaming night from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. or later, depending on how we feel or how good the game is going. So come on down, check it out, buy my shit, and I will see you guys all on the flip side. So say bye.
bye.
Okay, bye.